Should I go live up here?
Just a moment till we have a look over here. As soon as this shows up, we should be live. There we go.
Go here.
Welcome to the Canadian Stick Curling Women's Championship here in Nanaimo, BC. We have the Women's Championship here in Nanaimo, BC. Have So your announcers today are Randy Olson and
Terry Palanchuk from right here in Nanaimo.
so glad you could join us, and the teams are just doing their final practice draws and we'll get the game underway. In the final here we have Meyer, Doreen Bodinsky from Alberta, the Morinville Curling Club, and we have Kerrylyn Richard and Marion Radcliffe from BC at
the Kelowna Curling Club. Kelowna Curling Club, actually the largest club in British Columbia. They have 12 sheets. I did have an opportunity to have a little chat with the ladies prior to the game, and Doreen Bodinsky from the Morrisville Club, just north of St. Albert, has curled only for 5 years. She took it up once she retired, and her husband is the president of the Stick Curling League at their club. And she said she just honestly didn't believe they would get this far. Elaine Meyer, on the other hand, has been curling for a very long time and took up stick curling approximately 8 years ago. And they wanted to give a big shout out to Terry and Yvette Mitchell, whom they assumed would be watching, and just thanks for all their support back home.
So we're just getting the last few practice rocks in play, and we'll be starting this final women's championship here in Nanaimo Curling Club.
Yeah, and I also had a chance to talk with Kerrylyn and Marion just prior to the game, Randy. And Kerrylyn Richard, a longtime curler, but has only been curling for the last 2 years as a stick curler, and said she didn't even really know this format existed, but apparently they've caught on pretty quickly. And Kerrylyn is also the mom to Jeff Richard and Gina Schrader, whom a lot of people will recognize from the very successful Kelly Scott team. Jeff, of course, has also been to the Briar. And Marion, also a long-time curler out of the Kelowna Curling Club. Lots of involvement in the club. And she went to the Canadian Ladies Championship in 1974 and 75 when it was known as the Lassies.
So back to a Canadian championship again.
Yep. Nothing like it. So they were pretty excited to make it to this final because, again, they only took up the game, this style of the game, 2 years ago.
So the game is starting. First rock of the game, Elaine Meyer is going to deliver this, and Doreen Bodinsky is holding the broom, and see where we can get this rock into the house.
What I found really fascinating about this format of the game, Randy, is that the players alternate throwing the rock for one end, so all 6 rocks, and the other player is the skip, so to speak, and then the next end they alternate.
Yeah, maybe we could just talk quickly about the rules. Each team has 2 players. There's only 6 rocks per end, 6 ends. Each player stays at their own end. They can't go past halfway. no takeouts until the fourth rock, and no sweeping between the hog lines.
So pretty clean end so far. And again, the rules, I find it a little bit of a mix between the conventional four-person curling format and the mixed doubles format. So a little bit of a modification there, where you can see the players have to wait right at the hog line until the rock reaches there before they are permitted to sweep it.
And we finally have a rock in play here.
Comments from the players this week have been that the ice has been really very, very good. So big thanks to the ice makers who came in to help with this event.
And here's the draw by Kerrylyn. Going to try and get it in behind the guard there. Good weight, top
Great
four.
weight, great weight.
And so we've got more than 3 rocks thrown, so we can play a takeout on this particular shot. And it looks like it's a little bit outside. So
Yep.
the advantage goes to the BC team in the first end here. Hopefully they might be able to get their 2 points. So I'm not sure what the call was, whether it was a guard or into the house.
Yeah, come right in, or maybe the guard. We did see some big scores this week, Randy, so it'll be interesting to see how the teams play this out in the final.
Yeah, lots of 3 and 4 enders for sure.
A little kiss off the guard there, it kind of worked out nicely.
Oh, really good.
Looks
And
like they're just
he's
going to
gonna
peel off the guard
try
here,
to
Gary,
peel the
or
guard, yeah.
run it back.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, good shot. Opened it up again. Oh, she's calling her to come around the corner now. Good call. It's interesting to watch the players and the different styles they have of throw. Some really use a lot of extension, and some really rely on the speed of their walk or their
Yeah.
fast walk to the hog line, depending whether they're throwing a draw or a takeout.
Would certainly recommend using the 2 grippers so you walk along the ice.
Right.
It's a lot safer, and that looks very good.
Nice shot.
2 yellow ones, so
As many coaches will tell you, that's a preferred method in the four-person curling for sweeping as well, although we see a lot of the elite athletes with their sliders.
see if Elaine can make a double takeout here. Got lots of weight on the rock.
Looks pretty good.
Oh, he's going to get 1.
Yeah, a little roll in behind the guards. Richard and Radcliffe are going to like that.
Trying to decide if they're going to play a draw or a takeout. I guess they're going to try and do a draw.
Well, they're sitting 1 now, so that blue rock shouldn't be a really big concern to them.
If Doreen would move over a little bit, we could make a really good see. We don't have an overhead camera.
No, we don't.
Of the house, so we're just going to have to. There we go, Doreen. Thank you very much.
I think she heard you, Randy.
Yeah, it's coming around the
Looks
guard.
pretty nice.
Nice.
Sweep it back.
Oh, just a little
Yeah.
heavy. It's going to stop in time.
Oh,
it
it did.
does. They're
Look at
sitting
that.
1 and 2.
Great weight. Really nice draw weights being thrown by the BC team here.
And here's Elaine Meyer going to throw her rock again to see if she can maybe have a draw right up to that yellow rock at the back of the house. It's going to curl enough.
Looks like it's running that line, Randy.
A little heavy, maybe.
Yeah. You know, that could be a little adrenaline. I know the ladies were pretty excited about being in this final today,
It's
so
a little nervous.
yeah,
at the first
understood.
End.
And it's only 6 ends, so you can't waste a lot of time.
6 rocks, 6
Yeah.
ends, and make friends.
Make friends. I like that. I like that. That's a great slogan.
So this looks like it's going to be the last rock of the end. And it's a draw for 3.
Weight looks close again. Maybe a little heavy. No, she's got that draw weight. Great opening end here for the Richard Radcliffe team.
Okay, we're ready to let's just talk about our sponsor that we have. We're really happy to
Of course, these events do not happen without sponsors, and CIBC Wood Gundy is a tremendous sponsor of Canadian Stick Curling Association, and we truly appreciate their support.
And the first rock goes through the house in the second end. Sorry, we'll get back to the game here shortly. We're just really proud to have CIBC as
We
our
are very proud.
major title sponsor here for the Canadian Championship.
And we did have a representative here at the championships. He's a member of the Nanaimo Curling Club.
Rob Christoph.
Rob.
Rob.
Very
Thanks,
happy to have
Rob.
Rob here.
Okay, so we've got the first rock through, and we've got
Second end underway.
and it looks like it's going to be a guard.
Yeah, very nicely placed guard there.
And Kerrylyn is holding the broom, and Marion's going to deliver this rock, trying to go around the center guard. And this looks really good. What a great shot. Very good.
Yes, the BC girls have their draw weight today, Randy.
So Elaine's going to decide which turn to take. It's in the out turn or the in turn, and they're going to play the in turn, I guess, and see if they can come down to that yellow rock at the back of the button. So here's Doreen delivering that stone. It looks like it's really good line if it gets by the guard.
Great line. We're not seeing that big break that we saw on some of the games.
Look at this great shot. This is 2 championship teams playing in
That's
the final.
just a great shot. No sweeping.
Yes, no sweeping between the hog lines. We don't even have to sweep after the hog line.
No.
Perfect shot.
Like to call that a sweeper's delight. Okay, I think Marion's going to try and come right down to her again. Maybe give her a little tap back. Line looks good. Kerrylyn's out there to help it in a bit.
Oh, it's going to overcurl.
Come on.
Oh, just a wee little tick.
Just a tick.
Just needed a few more feet of weight to get by. But, well, the Alberta team's pretty happy with this now. They get a chance to get maybe their deuce back again, so they're going to try and put up a guard. And Doreen is going to throw this rock here.
Well, she just threw it, so she should have a pretty good idea of the weight, Randy.
This looks really good.
Might get a little chip off the yellow.
Ooh, it's going to bump the yellow in a little.
Do more than chip it.
But it makes a good guard.
Sure does. Got that yellow right out too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really good. So Kerrylyn has to make a decision of maybe do a run back or something to see if we can get that one off the button. So here comes Marion. She's throwing a good takeout at this.
Looks like she threw pretty good weight.
Needs to curl a little bit.
Yes.
Ooh.
And just comes by.
Okay. I'm going to tap it up a little bit. Looks like a really good guard. I mean, I would think I would
Sure
just play
does.
another draw around it or something to get second, but I guess one option is to tap it straight back, and to be sitting two would be really good as well.
Maybe that's why they're in the championship game, Randy, and we're sitting here talking about it.
That's a really good guard. I didn't really want to move it anywhere. This looks like it's going to
Might overcurl a bit.
Oh, it opens it up a little bit.
It did. That was your fear. It's not a big hole, but I'm pretty sure she can get through there. Oh,
just going to try just draw weight to maybe tap it back an inch or two to sit shot. So here's Marion delivering the rock here, and needs to curl a little, depending on the weight.
Weight looks pretty good. It just needs to curl a little.
Curl some more. It looks really good. Oh, what a good shot.
Wow.
And shot rock, roll over.
Oh, roll over behind the guard?
Really good shot.
She'll be happy with that.
Sometimes our technology, our cameras freeze up a little bit, so just bear with us, and hopefully they'll come back again. Now this BC team's got one right in the forefoot, and Alberta's going to have to make a run back here to score in this end. See if Doreen can tap that blue rock back. Tap it back or open it up a little bit. And it's going to over curl, so it's got the right weight to end up on the button.
She might just be going for the draw there, Randy, right into the button.
Looks
a little bit deep.
Just a little heavy.
A beautiful line on that.
Well, I count 5 blue rocks out there, so it looks like we've got 2 rocks to come. And so Kerrylyn's going to just try and guard it up. Maybe we get another steal here to go up 4-0. Or we could take it out and sit 3. So they're going to have a timeout. They're allowed 2 timeouts in the game, so they can go down to the other end and have a discussion and see what the angles look like and what they really feel they're going to try to do here.
Yeah, that's the one thing in this game, Randy, is that the 2 players don't really get that opportunity to chat with each other about the shot, because one's at one end and one's at the other. So, as you say, they're offered those 2 timeouts during the game where they can do just this.
And it's only 90 seconds, so they're not really to chat too long.
Right, right.
So the Alberta team got together and they had their discussion and decide what to do, but the BC team is still trying to decide if they're going to play a guard or they're going to try and come in and get second shot.
Yeah, I mean, coming, right around up to that on the outside there is not a bad shot either. She could just tuck it right to top 4.
Yeah, they might end up stealing 2. I mean, the yellow rock on the 4-foot just looks really protected at the moment.
It's in a pretty good spot. I guess my only question was, did they have a look at this path in their practice? Do they have an idea what it does? Because we haven't really seen any rocks come down that path yet.
Yeah, the ice across all 8 sheets have been pretty consistent, so we'll see what happens here.
Probably pretty confident.
So they got lots of ice, so I'm not sure they're going to throw very much weight. Maybe just back line or something like that. And we'll see what's happening here. Looks like this needs to curl a little bit. It's hanging out there.
Yeah. Might have been just a little more weight than she expected,
Yeah, just
but
a little
it's pretty
heavy.
close.
So Alberta's got a chance to get 3 if they make the Rays takeout.
Which is exactly what she's calling here, so let's see if Doreen can make this run back. Looking pretty close. It's looking pretty, just over curled.
So close.
Just a hair. So that's a steal of 1 for the BC team here in the second end.
So while maybe we can talk about some of our other advertisers. Just going to have to maybe wait just for the... No. So after 2 ends, it's 4-0 for BC over Alberta.
Great start for the BC team here today, and we thought there might have been a little bit of nerves there in the beginning, but that seems to be wearing off.
So just a note about our sponsors, we're going to quickly run through them all. They go very quickly here, but we really appreciate all our sponsors and all their support for making this event a great event.
And all the comments I've heard throughout the past few days, Randy, has just been nothing but positive for the host committee here and everybody in the city of Nanaimo, making these players feel welcome.
So there's the first rock that should have ended up in the house but ends up being a little bit short, so the Alberta team will be pretty happy with that, so they can make a draw around and
try and generate some points this end.
Get the end started here.
Looks like it needs to curl quite a bit if she wants to tuck it around.
It's
just a little short.
A little bit late.
Yeah.
But it's better than through the house, so it's get it in play, so it's a good corner guard and be used later in the end. So here's Kerrylyn. She's going to deliver this second rock at the end. And maybe tap that yellow rock back into the house a little bit.
Yeah, I think she's got a couple of options here, Randy. Just tap it back, or maybe even come around if it looks like it's curling. Marion's gone out to help it a bit there. Nice little tap. She got it on the rings.
Just a biter. That'll work out good. And Alberta's going to use their corner guard and try and Elaine's going to deliver this rock, see if she can get it in behind the corner guard here. Here, Doreen's gone out to help a bit. Yeah, it's again a little bit light and maybe a little bit of an over curl there. Well, the BC team is up 4, and they're not taking any rocks off.
No, they're not. They're going to keep putting the pressure on.
Go offense.
You know, it's funny. You have really good things going with your game plan, and then sometimes it can not turn out so well if you change that game plan. So they're going to just keep the pressure on here onto Alberta.
Keep what's working good. Let's just keep on doing it.
Yep.
And now they're sitting 2 in the house.
Nice shot. Nice tap back. Be open, but
See if Alberta can get a nice little hit and roll here. There's Elaine delivering this rock. Looks like it's going to be a good one.
got a nice shot there.
Oh,
Little
very good.
roll. Nice shot, Elaine. Looks like it's still open here for Kerrylyn.
Yeah, play a takeout and have a chance to sit 2 again. And this looks like it's going to curl. Get out to sweep it. And
Just
ticked.
kissed. That's okay. Her yellow's still on the rings there.
Yeah. Alberta's got a chance to get their 2 back.
And see if Elaine can find her draw weight on this one. She's had a couple of opportunities here. Doreen's come out to help it.
Oh, definitely coming into the house here.
Looks like a good shot. Get a little kiss.
Oh, going to be sitting 1st and 2nd.
There we go. Now she's got her draw weight.
So Marion's got the broom down, and Kerrylyn's going to try and take out one of these blue rocks.
Throwing a nice control weight here. She's not overthrowing it. Good shot.
Got one out.
One thing I've certainly noticed, Randy, is that some of these stick curlers can throw those hits pretty hard.
It's really dangerous for some of the, especially people my age that can't jump out of the way that quick. It's
Comments that I've heard though is that it's so easy to throw it that hard. So I'll have to give it a try one of these times.
yeah, we definitely can throw a 6-second peel.
Bring that back a little, yeah.
That looks another great draw
Nice
weight.
shot. Great draw weight there by Elaine Meyer. So calling for the hit again for Kerrylyn to come down and get that one right off the...
She might be able to make a double if she
Yeah.
hits it just right.
This one's coming pretty good.
Just
Ooh,
gonna
a little hit and roll.
over the top.
Well, she's still got 2 yellow in there.
Yeah. Alberta still has a chance for 2, so
Throw that same nice weight.
so this is the last rock of the end. See if we can get Alberta can get back into the game and get their 2 points.
Ooh, she might be on that front yellow.
Oh, just
yeah,
didn't curl enough.
Just a little bit. Maybe a little bit outside, or just didn't quite curl enough. But 1 point, they're on the board. It's always good to feel. So already going into the fourth end here, it shows you how quick these games go.
So the score is 4-1 after 3 ends. And the BC team is going to get last rock here in the fourth end. Take control of this game.
I think that's their plan. And one thing we should point out too, Randy, is you can see the ladies are wearing their provincial jackets. So these two teams were the provincial winners out of their respective provinces. And this championship had a field of 72 teams. So comprised of the provincial winners and then other stick teams that could simply enter.
Yeah, we had 18 women's teams playing in 3 pools of 6 teams each, and we're now down to the final 2.
Been some great curling. Oh, we just didn't quite make it over the hog line.
Tried to get a guard up there, but it was just a little bit short.
That's where you need your sweepers.
And Kerrylyn and Marion really don't want any guards. They want to play them all in the house. Looks like this one's going to get into the house.
Nice draw there, a little bit deep, but it's in the house. Oh, nice shot here by Doreen to come right up to that yellow rock, almost just in front. Great shot. Kerrylyn's not going to take any chances. She's calling for Marion to remove that blue. Looks pretty good. Doesn't need to stick around, just wants to get rid of that blue one out of the house. So Alberta's just going to try and put it back. She probably would like to have it maybe frozen right onto that yellow. Make it a little bit harder to remove.
So there is a bronze medal game going on, and we have a team from Manitoba, Meyer and Colson. The Manitoba champions are playing against Smith and Rybin, and they're tied at 1-1 after 2 ends.
Excellent.
So Kerrylyn's going to ask the takeout here to try and make sure there's no blue rocks hanging around to score.
And there we saw Marion kind of almost a little jog out to the hog line with that rock.
Oh, this looks really good. Sitting 2.
Great shot. And we can point out that in that bronze medal game, it's Manitoba going against Manitoba. So the Smith and Rybin team are also here from Manitoba. So no doubt they've probably played each other before. I think she's trying the kind of the crosshouse double here.
Oh yeah.
Randy? It's close. She got rid of one of them. Kerrylyn just calling to split the house here. After throwing those hits, let's see if Marion can now find her draw weight. Kerrylyn's out to help, but I don't think she needs to.
Is it going to hang on?
Not if Elaine can help it.
Well, it's still in play, but it's out of the rings. So an interesting call here from Elaine that they're down 4-1 and they're playing all these hits. They're just, you know, I guess it's okay if the other team misses on. Then
Yeah, at this point I think you kind of want to get your rocks in play.
Yeah. Just over curled a little bit.
Yeah. So Kerrylyn's calling the same shot again, and I'm sure Marion will make that little adjustment in her weight. Looks close.
Should come up to the one at the back. If it, oh, it's not going to make it that far.
No.
Very good.
Even
Sitting
them up.
2.
Yeah, great shot. Great adjustment there by Marion.
And so Elaine's going to try and get Doreen to make a double. Got one. Oh, not quite.
Well, so Kerrylyn's just gonna
Split the house again.
do the same thing, working so far.
So after the women's final is done, we have an open championship as well. The semifinal is going on at the moment, so we'll be streaming that right after this game is complete. We had 54 teams in our open division, so the largest number ever at our Canadian Championship, 72 teams in total.
Just fantastic week here at the Nanaimo Curling Center. You know, and as I say again, heard lots of really good comments. Nice 2 there by Kerrylyn and Marion to now go up 6-1 after 4 ends. So let's see if Elaine and Doreen decide to put some rocks in play and try and generate some points this end. So 5th end is underway here. Again, now we've got Kerrylyn Richard throwing the rocks while Marion Radcliffe holds the broom for her. Called the first rock into the house. Again, BC doesn't want any guards in play. They don't want anything that Alberta can come and hide around. So nice shot there by Kerrylyn Richards. Let's see if Alberta can get their corner guard out. It's looking pretty good. Doreen's gone out to give it a little help if it needs it. Nice guard there by Elaine Meyer. Marion calling Kerrylyn to just come around. It's looking nice. She might be a little hot here. Just slip to the back. Oh, back 4. Nice shot. Nice weight.
This BC team is playing very well.
Extremely well. And again, you know, considering they just took up this format 2 years ago, and I have to think it's quite an adjustment to especially find your draw weight throwing with a stick.
But you get lots of practice. You get to throw 6 rocks in the end. So if one doesn't work out, maybe the next one, or maybe the next one. So
I don't know. I'm finding it pretty intriguing. I think I'm going to have to give this a try. It might mess with my conventional game, but you never know. A little unfortunate there for the Alberta team. They just came out a little bit wide maybe and just slipped by that one in the house. So Marion calling Kerrylyn to just come to the top house. Looks pretty nice there, Randy.
maybe a little bit
A little
deep.
deeper than she hoped, I think, but she's given her a bit of a pocket to come to
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're calling the hit. Okay.
Maybe they're gonna reconsider. Gonna have a discussion. Yeah, it
There
looks
we
like
go.
they're gonna play the draw.
Yeah.
Try and freeze up to it.
They really do need the rocks in play here if they're going to generate some points.
Oh, okay. No, I just remember Brendan saying that, oh, Matt, he was like, you know, no, sorry.
Doreen's going out to give it a little bit of help.
This looks really good.
Nice shot. That's what they need. Sitting shot rock at the moment. Kerrylyn's going to try and take care of that.
Marion, have a good eye on it. See what's happening. It's gonna curl enough. Ooh,
She
just
just
touch the front
Touch
one.
the guard, or the front
So
one. Yeah.
Alberta's still sitting shot rock.
Good chance here for Alberta.
It's pretty difficult to get 2 points, but maybe if they play a corner freeze on the yellow, that might be able to set it up to get maybe 2, maybe 3.
Maybe 3. That's certainly what we've seen with this game, Randy, similar to mixed doubles, that things can change pretty quickly.
I'm just going to tap it back a little bit. Well, we've got two rocks in play here.
There we go. Can't really tell who's second shot from this angle, but important thing is she's got two blue rocks in there.
So Marion's going to try and get one of these out here. And Kerrylyn's asking for a little more ice. What kind of weight are we expected to throw here? Hit the signal and away we go.
Well, she doesn't have anything to crash on in the front this time, so... Ooh, just
barely.
poked it through the hole. Very nicely done, Kerrylyn.
Looks like they're going to draw for 2.
Yeah, it looks like that blue is shot, the top of the 4.
Well, I hope it is.
Well, it's hard to tell from this angle. Otherwise, she'd be tapping that blue back, I think.
Well,
Oh,
just making sure that it's in, get another rock in play, I think is the main thing.
Yeah,
Maybe a little heavy,
a little hot.
but still got 3 blue ones in play here.
Yeah. Little nervous times here now for the BC girls.
Decide what they're going to do. I guess they're going to try and take one out and maybe sit second and third.
I think that's a pretty good call, Randy, because she just has to hit that front blue one and that yellow behind it's gone, and they could potentially be sitting 4.
Being up 6-1, it's a good strategy to take out the oppositions from the counting.
As we always like to say, they can't score if they're not in the house. Looks pretty good. Don't know if she's going to stick around. Main thing is she removed it.
So, draw in there for 2.
Oh, Doreen's going out. Give it a little bit of help.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a little bit light.
It's a tough adjustment when you've just thrown one a little bit heavy and now you're trying to find that sweet spot in the 4-foot.
Now
We're having a good
they're
look.
having a real good look as to who's
We might have our
scoring.
first measure here, Andy. Oh,
And are they going to measure? They're measuring with their stick. They're having a good look at it.
I don't think the officials would be too happy about that, but
Well, they haven't kicked them off yet, so they're going to get all the other ones off. And we might have a measurement
I
here.
think we've got a measurement.
And away we go.
So again, the teams do their own measure here. They don't have an official come out to do that for them.
There's Doreen.
You might want to put down a room. There we go. So if we had an overhead, Randy, we could place some bets on who we think is shot here. But
I'm going to say yellow is shot.
okay, well then I'm going to take blue. Let's see who's shot. At one point, might give the Alberta girls just the little nudge they need to get something going.
And are they going to give us an indicator?
No, if they're anything like the teams I play with, nope, they just wait.
So it looks like Alberta is going to have a discussion of what they're going to do and how they're going to play the last end.
So looking there that BC won that measure, so
Well, BC's going to throw first.
that means you won that bet, Randy. So Kerrylyn saying, no, I don't want any rocks in play. Let's just,
Maybe the discussion that the Alberta team was whether they were actually going to play the last end or not, or concede.
could have been,
And
yeah.
they decided they were going to throw the rocks down to the other
Why
end
not?
and helped out the ice makers.
100%. It is the championship final after all. Why not play it out? as I say, we did see some big ends this week, so anything can happen. It is curling.
So we want to say a real big thanks to the championship committee here at Nanaimo, chaired by
Marion Conyer and Kelly Rice, and I can tell you, I know these ladies really well. And yeah, it looks like that's our game. But yeah, they've just put together a fantastic committee. I can tell you how hard they've worked all year on this event, and I'm just so proud that it's being held here in my home club, and I was able to be a part of it.
So we have our new 2023 Canadian stick curling women's champions.
That's fantastic.
From BC, Kerrylyn Richard and Marion Radcliffe from the Kelowna Curling Club.
Exactly, and the ladies too did want to give a shout out to Jacques Tyre at the Kelowna Curling Club for supporting the stick leagues and recognizing that this is a growing sport. So thanks to Jacques for that, and I think we're going to have some pretty happy ladies coming off the ice here.